Yes, respected dear youngsters, wonderful, love you, welcome, receive all my salutations and respects for the genius in you, for the matured in you, for the sincere and serious in you, who is transcended the senses and minds, command of being worldly, going away from evolution, when living the life at the intellectual level, to know what is higher and greater, to understand and plan to reach to that higher and greater. One among many, many are of those rare kind. Among them also, someone who is ready to study Geetha, try to grasp the subtle things in that. That too at this young age of 16 to 30 each may, they are really rare masterpieces. I to believe that it is your earlier life's samskaras, your parents' blessings, your punya adi done by you, and then you must have done some seva to some master somewhere. All that put together gives that type of mind, that type of convenience, that type of bending, wherein the bent of mind is to come and study Gita. Welcome. Take this assurance that Gita Jnanam is always going to help you, bless you only. There is nothing to trouble us or is a waste of it. Nowadays, we are seeing the subtle Rajavidya Rajaguhyam, in which how the world is nothing but the Lord, how from the Lord only the world comes. Therefore, see the whole world as Bhagavan. Then you will never have all negative feelings to the world, because of which we do wrong things and suffer. So that wrongdoing, suffering is removed by seeing everything as God. Then when it's God, then love, respect, and do your duty lovingly, respectfully. You are liberated. And what you want you need, Bhagavan always gives. Even when you are useless fellows, hate Bhagavan, do nothing properly. Then also Bhagavan is taking care of us. Do you think you will not take care? Put in that application. Bhagavan, I am your devotee, I am seeing you everywhere. They were seeing you everywhere, I am serving everyone. Therefore, give me money, give me the power. अरे सब फल नालायक लोगों को दे रहा हूं मैं. Why not to you? Take. Bhagavan will give you. That's how some people seek power, money to serve Bhagavan only. Many seek power and money for enjoyment and forget Bhagavan, trouble others also. Some people don't even seek, ask for money, power. "Oh, Bhagavan, let me be in you. Whoever comes to me, I'll talk to them about you." That's it. So we belong to that category. ना पैसे चाहे ना मनी चाहे पावर कुछ नहीं जहाँ है वहाँ है. Those who come, let they come. Listen to this Gita Jnana. Oh Lord, rest is your choice. If you make us more qualified and do your work of Karao, this is how this Gita Jnana is never going to fail you or waste. It's always useful. Okay, it changes your beautiful maturity and vision and all it brings. That's always good. So today also, like every day, we'll have three things: Gita, then common sense thought, then in our Navagraha Stotram, the third one, the Mangala Graha, the Mars. We'll study about that. Mangalyan, the mom. We have seen, no? Again, it's Chandrayaan, अभी third one, maybe July में जाएगा. In common sense thought, some thought Lord will give. And in Gita today, we'll just repeat what is said yesterday and we'll add one shloka 6 where Bhagavan gives the example of space and air to tell how the entire world is in God. In continuation of how he explained where he is in the world, where the world is in him. Very sublime thing it is. So let us try. Om 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 Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Jnananandamayan Devam Nirmalam Smatigakrutim आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे ॐ निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवयोगिनां गुरवे विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः ॐ व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्यासम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः. Along with everyday shlokas, we did 2-3 more Guru Stotra shloka. Some of them I gave you meaning, other things when time comes we'll learn. Now come to the first topic, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9. Name Rajavidya Rajaguhyam. Why Rajavidya? Because it's Vidyanam Raja and it makes you Raja when you learn this. Why Rajaguhyam? It is royal of secrets because when this secret is revealed, everything is revealed of the whole world. Nothing remains to be known as a secret anymore. That is why this is Rajavidya Rajaguhyam. And it is Pavitram. It is only great purifier. It gives you the feeling of sacredness and sanctity when you gain it. Like take bath, Pavitram. Put Chandan Tilakam, Pavitram. Go to Mandir and come, Pavitram. Do Japa 10 minutes, Pavitram. You feel. You give some charity, dana to someone, Pavitram. Do some seva, there is Pavitrata. Like you feel the experience of Pavitrata. So this Jnanam gives you the highest purity inside. Pavitramidam Uttamam Pavitram. Because to do the apavitrata, there is second thing required. This Jnanam is talking about one Bhagavan, one without second. There is no other thing to impurify only. And when this knowledge one avoids in, you will never have the apavitra thoughts. Do you have any bad thoughts to your own self? Do you want to kill yourself? Eat, beat, quarrel, fight? No, because it is you. You love yourself. So whole world is loved because it is me. Therefore, there is no apavitra thought toward the world. That's called as Uttamam Pavitram. Pratyakshavagama means it is not a hypothesis, it is not only a theory, but that Vijnanam, the knowledge which is given about the Bhagavan, that Bhagavan is me, that is Pratyaksha Rupena experiential. The best thing about this entire Rajavidya, Rajaguhya Jnanam, Jnanam Vijnana Saitam Jnanam is, it is Dharmyam. In fact, this is what every human being, worth called as human being, should achieve. Because that is the permanent, only human can achieve it. All other bhoga animals also can achieve and they are not permanent at all. So example, सवाल पूछना चाहिए ना, as a human being, what should I achieve? You can achieve so many things in the world up to Brahma Loka, Brahma Bona Loka, but they are all temporary. Is there permanent? Yeah. Can it be achievable? If it is no, then you go for Brahma Adi Loka, which are temporary. No, it is achievable by you. Then, when the permanent can be achieved by you, you must be having simple common sense to seek it. One interesting thing, those who are not spiritual, they don't have a basic common sense. Then the sign of common sense basic is they are spiritual. Because in spirituality, you are getting Rajavidya, Rajaguhyam, Pavitramuttamam, Pratyakshaavagamam, and the true right thing, Dharmyam. And Susukam Kartum, because in this gaining of knowledge, you just have to sit under the feet of Guru or at the feet of Guru, listen to him, contemplate and know. Susukam Kartum. It is not like you have to study up to so many 10th plus 2 graduation and then extra courses you do, then apply for the jobs and then interview selection. इतने सारे मुश्किल है इस जगत में कुछ भी पाने को. You need to invest money, you need others help. Either no money required, no external efforts are required. Just one guru gives you guidance in that direction you contemplate, meditate, susukam kartum. And the other things, very dukkham to kartum. When you with all difficulty you do something and gain, the phala is vyayam, it ends. 1 month you work hard, you get the 30,000 month and money, 15 दिन में खत्म, remaining 15 again credit card. But this phala of ananda gained by knowing our own self, avyayam. It never goes away, it's permanently with you. Of course, these things 10, 20 years you have to listen from the Guru, okay? Minimum to get a pakkada on that. तुरंत मिलता नहीं because of our mind, its immaturities, extrovertedness, intellect, its queries, so many contradictions they appear between this knowledge and our life. These are all to be sorted out. Everything is sortable. Nothing which cannot be sorted. Everything on the surface of the globe you have question. Every one of them regarding this Paramatma are answerable. But as you are questioning, you should be able to receive the answer also. कोई कोई बंदे सवाल पूछते हैं लेकिन जवाब के लिए लायक नहीं होते. Like children ask how it rains. No, they ask how it rains. A small child of 2, 3 years. But you can't tell him the entire science of rain. He can't receive it. There is sun, Baba, the rays of the sun fall on the waters of the ocean, and then the water is made evaporated because of the lightness. It goes up above in the sky. As it goes up above, the heat reduces, then it gets condensed, becomes the icebergs or the clouds, then it moves by the wind. Then, when that condensed water becomes too heavy, it comes as rain. Then that fellow says, Papa or uncle, you know nothing. I never asked you like this. You don't know what it is. My mother told it is easy. What is that? There is Indra Bhagwan who takes water from the ocean. Whoosh! Karke he leaves it through that elephant's mouth. That is how it rains. That fellow is fit to know only that. Same way, we have to grow, mature to grasp all this. And when you continuously do, it will come. Like the child after that elephant wala goes on going to school up to 10th 11th, तब उसको फिर बता देता है तो इस तरह then he will understand. So all these sublime Gita Jnanams can be gained by you when you just now are 16, 18 years, 20 years you work hard. By age of 40, thoroughly you will master it. So you are the master of your profession, your outer life, your career, your family, you are master of Gita also. How wonderful that life would be. रिमेंबर गीता ज्ञान प्रैक्टिस करने के लिए संसार छोड़कर भागने की जरूरत नहीं. हियर ओनली यू कैन डू इट. द वन हु गिव कृष्ण गीता, कृष्ण हिमसेल्फ इज samsari. Arjuna himself is samsari. The Vyasa who wrote also has got his children. संजय who gave this, धृतराष्ट्र who heard, सब लोग इसी जगत में है. हाँ, to realize that self for some time you have to go away. Like to get good marks, to study deeply, you have to go away from everybody. You have to lock yourself inside and study. Every scientist, every artist, every poet, every person preparing for interview, education, he will go away for everything for his concentration. So for some time I keep away the world to know. Once I know, I see everything that only. So everywhere I go, I am with that God. So I need not run away from world. What is avoided is all those nonsenses which agitate our mind, called as adharma, called passions and desires, which disturb mind. Therefore, I can't do my sadhana. वो चीजों को छोड़ना है. You can't leave the world and go. Where will you go? But for some time, to deeply concentrate, you have to withdraw from everything. Once you through concentration know the God, everything is that God. Anywhere you see, I see you only, O God. Sri Rama May Sava Jagajani. Okay. Therefore, on this truth, have Shraddha. Its existence, and when you know it, all these 7 results come, including, as it is said in the first shloka. Further, Ijnatva Moksha se Ashubha. Having prepared Arjuna, now in 2 shlokas, Bhagavan gave the entire knowledge. Okay. First one, Maya Avyaktamurtina idam tatam. Therefore, second is Vastani Saravotani. Third one, Nacha Aham Tesho Vastitaha. Fourth, Nacha Vastani Bhotani. So, that principle, which fulfills all these 4 conditions, is called as Bhagwan. Clear? That which fulfills all these 4 conditions is Bhagwan. This way alone about that Bhagwan, the truth, the self, the reality can be explained. No other way. Such Bhagavan, please, though everywhere there, supporting everything, Yet everywhere he cannot be found. Like where is the government of India? Everywhere. But everywhere you can't find government. You have to go to parliament. That's called as Upalabdhisthanam. Like where is the milk in the cow? Everywhere. But you can't go everywhere. You have to go to the udder only. उपलब्धिस्थान भगवान हर जगह है लेकिन मिलते नहीं. कहाँ मिलते हैं? इन योर ओन हार्ट when you go into deep meditation. In the deep meditation, when you go beyond body and don't sleep, go beyond your pranas, prana shakti, go beyond your indriya, senses, go beyond your mind consciously, not sleeping, go beyond your intellect. Inside the intellect, through inquiry, you know who is the one who is knowing everything, aware of everything. There you will find this God who fulfills all these four things. See, intellectually, I have explained. Again, we will explain through the example. But intellectual understanding never gives us moksha or moksha se ashubha, because I am to living life again at the not self as a self level only. Like this medicine, if I take, I become cured. Good, I bought the medicine, yeah, but it is kept in the shelf. You have not taken. Will it cure the disease? Or you take the name of the medicine, chant, and a sin, whatever the name. Will it remove your disease? You have to consume, no? Same way that knowledge has to be practiced and experienced. Then only that moksha se ashubhat, susukam kartum aviyam, all those things will happen. Point one. Point two. Now one by one thing. What is Bhagavan said is Maya avyakta murtina idam sarvam tatam. Anything which is not me, which is experienced by me as this, called as the entire Jagat, whether it is in dream, whether in sleep, whether in waking plane. Now, Bhagavan says, Maya avyakta murtina tatam. By me, who is unmanifest, not perceivable by any faculties. Such me, with me, it is permeated. And that avyakta murti of Bhagavan is pure existence, pure consciousness. Yesterday we exhaustively explained. Just like the mud is permeating the entire pot, is it not? Every nook and corner. But the pot or the mud is Vyaktamurti. You can see with the eyes, touch with the hands. But the Paramatma who is pure existence, you can't smell him, you can't taste him, you can't touch him, you cannot feel, you cannot understand him as a concept. ऐसा है करके. Therefore, he is called Avyaktamurti. What happens with us is, because of being in the waking world and living with the gross objects and getting a huge strong habit of living with them, there is a subtle world beyond this as a karana of this. In fact, that is more real than this. The subtle knowledge never comes to us. Understood? Too much preoccupied by the gross, we are not able to understand that the gross is the very grossest manifestation of the subtle inside. That is, subtle inside is very much there in the gross. Our attention is on gross, and gross is seen by the senses, and that is what has become a habit. Therefore, anything seen by senses only true. That way we live. But like the atoms can't be seen, but under microscope they are seen. Because of the naked eye, you can't see. Do you say there are no atoms? You have to have a different equipment to see them. Without atoms, the objects can never be there. So too, there is atom, here is Atma. It is a Paramatma who is in the microscope intellect can be seen. With him, by him, entire world is permeated. Yesterday I told you. Chair exists, table exists, lamp exists, curtain exists, wall exists. All are chair, curtain, lamp, or some objects. Each one of them are different from other in name and form. But common thing is exist, exist, exist. You exist, I exist. We all talk about it in every language of whole universe. Therefore, that existence is Avyakta Murti. That is Bhagavan. That is permeating everything. Remove the existence from the things, it is non-existent. It is not there. But that existence is not an object to be seen by the senses or felt by the mind or made a concept by the intellect. It is very subtle, that's why it's called Avyakta Murti. It cannot be perceived by faculties, nor it can be known as object. Clear? It is beyond faculties and my own subject. Existence is experienced as subject. It is not seen as an object, neither an object nor it is a thing like a sounds, smells, tastes, etc. So clear? Now think about it little more. Maya avyaktam murtina idam datam idam jagat datam. Think more it is for you to as a homework. Second, much sthani sarva bhutani. This is a little higher thought. They were all the beings of all names and forms are stationed in their substratum. What is the substratum? That is the existence only. Therefore, they are all in existence. So, what the definition changes. So far, we thought object is real and existence is a property of it. It is the other way around. The existence is real. The object's name and form or the property are superimposed on it. On one existence, sun, moon, star, oceans, rivers, man, animal, plant, all of them are projected. That's the meaning of Matstani Sarva Bhutan. Like all chairs are in plastic. How do you understand it? A set of 10 plastic chairs, 10 stools, and 12 tables are there. All made up. So all Sarva Bhutani Matstani, they are in the plastic. How you understand this sentence? Same way you understand what Bhagavan says when he says, all beings are in me. Remember, here when Bhagavan says in me, he is not telling Krishna. He is telling, not telling the Devaki Putra, Vasudeva Putra, no. Here he is talking from the Parabrahma standpoint, Supreme Reality standpoint. That is why he is called Sri Bhagavan Vacha, not Sri Krishna Vacha, Gopikanandana Vacha, Partha Sarathira Vacha. ऐसा थोड़ी बोला है. Bhagavan is the pure reality, truth. From that standpoint, identifying with that, he is talking Gita completely. Therefore, if anybody have doubts, Krishna is so egoistic in whole Gita, he tells surrender to me, devote to me. Hare, that me is not the Gopala Krishna. He is talking about the supreme reality standpoint. And at the supreme standpoint, he has to say that only. Because he is the giver of everything, then he is telling naturally, you surrender, I give. It's not an ego, it's a fact. Like when a Gnani says, I am the self, it's not arrogance, it's a fact. He's a Gnani. He knew the self. Like a doctor says, I am doctor, it's not arrogance. He's a doctor, why? How can? You come to me, I treat you. Is an arrogance? क्यों क्या बोल रहा है? अपने आप को डॉक्टर बोल रहे हैं और कहते हैं कि हम जाएं और he'll treat us. अरे yeah, he studied रे बाबा. इधर मेडिसिन सर्टिफिकेट है. छोटो एक ज्ञानी knows is a self, there's no ego. So भगवान कृष्ण का ego नहीं है. He is so, he knows it. That's why throughout Gita, Mama Mama. So here also from that Paramatma standpoint is talking and saying, Sarva Bhutani Vatstani, everything is in me. In which me? That Abhyakta Murti existence. So first, only objects and world is seen. We have not seen God. Now it is said, the God is unseeable, pure existence. It is permeating in everything. Second, all the names or forms are in God. Vatstani Sarva Bhutani. Every one of them are in me. Like the ornament, gold, all ornaments are in the gold. All pots are in the mud. All waves are in the water. Like that. Vastani sarvabhutani. Third, nacha aham teshu avastita is important. I don't stay in them. Means the existence is not conditioned by any rupa and nama which it is supporting. Like the ocean or water is not conditioned by the waves that appear and disappear. That's the meaning of Nacha Aham Teshu Avastita. That means by their name and form, I am not disturbed, I am not touched, I didn't change. I am pure as I am. So they manifested things, they disappear, but I don't disappear. Nacha Aham Teshu Avastita is the most important sadhana. I am not in them. Our Gurudev used to make us repeat all these things. They are in me. I am not in them. Anger in me. I am not in the anger. Desire in me. I am not in the desire. Jealousy in me. Hatred in me. I am not in them. That way separate them. So the whole world in me. I am not in the world. What is the meaning I am not in the world? I am not conditioned by the condition of the world. So anger is me, but I am not in the anger. So I use the anger, but I don't become angry. That is what third one. Nacha aham teshu avastita. And finally, when you purely closely look at me, nacha matstani bhutani. There's no thing as if other than me is existing in me. There's no being as if other than me. Like there are no chairs in the plastic. Nacha matstani bhutani. What is the meaning of it? There's no chair in the plastic separate from the plastic, other than the plastic, independent of the plastic. Plastic in another form itself is a chair. So nacha matstani bhutani means they are not in me as if they are separate from me. I only am in that form. In this way, when you sort out these four, what will happen? Entire world with millions of deified forms is one Paramatma only. This is called Me Yogam, Me Aishwaram, or Yogam Aishwaram, Ishwariya Yoga. So I remaining as I am, yet appear as so many. Anything appearing doesn't touch me. I remain as water, allowing so many waves to form on me. But the waves of birth, change, death doesn't make the water also is born, changing and dying. That's the meaning of their influence is not on me. That means Pashame Yogam Aishwaram. Aishwaram I express as many. Yogam untouched by them. Like the eye looks at all forms, but not touched by any form. Ear listens all sounds, but not touched by any sound. Nose smells all, but not touched by any smell. Otherwise, you can't smell other thing once you smell one thing. I'm not touched by my childhood. Therefore, I could come to middle age, youth age. I'm not touched by youth. There only I can come to the middle age. Interesting. That is my yogam, untouched by it. Aishwaram is I only express in all those forms. Like the plastic is not touched by the chairs at all. At all. Any number of chair shapes you give, plastic is plastic only in its own pristine form. That means of yogam Aishwaram. Remaining as it is, appearing as many, yet not defected by the appearance. Gold remains as gold, appears as many ornaments, yet not touched by any ornamentation. In this way, I am Bhuta Bhruta. I am supporting the whole world. Nacha Bhutastha. I am not in the world. Then Mama Atma means me, Bhuta Bhavanaha. I am actually who's the Bhavakaha, creator and protector of this world. How you do creation and protection of world? Already said in the 7th chapter, by Apara Para Prakriti. Same thing here and again in 13th chapter. Two more ways Bhagavan will tell. That will come to us in 7th, 8th, 9th sloka. Now today, to these principles, four of them said, na, I as an avyakta murti, permeating everything. Therefore, everything is in me, that I am not in them, and they are not in me as separate to me. This Bhagavan gives with an example. That is our shloka. Today we chant sixth one. Om Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Geetha Sharanam Mama, Sri Vyasa Sharanam Mama, Sri Sadguru Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama. Om Sri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Atha Navamodhyayah, Rajavidya Rajukya Yogaha, Sri Bhagavanuvacha, Shashtah Shlokaha. Okay, quickly four times. Yathakashasthito nityam. Yathakashasthito nityam. Yathakashasthito nityam. Yathakashasthito nityam. Vayu sarvatra gomahan. Vayu sarvatra gomahan. Vayu sarvatra gomahan. Vayu sarvatra gomahan. Tatha sarvani bhutani. तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानीत्युपधारय 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 श्रीभगवानुवाच यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यं वायुः सर्वत्र गोमहान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानीत्युपधारय Yatha Sri Bhagavan Yatha Kashasthito Nityam Vayu Sarvatra Gomahan Tata Sarvani Bhutani Matsthani Tyupadharaya. Very good example. So Yatha, just like Akasha Sthita Nityam Vayu. There is a wind, we all are aware of it, touches us. Where is it staying? In the Akasha only. Having staying in the Akasha, Sarvatra Gaha, it goes on moving everywhere. Where from the Vayu came? It came from the grossification of the Akasha only. So the Akasha से आया हुआ वायु आकाश में रहते हुए हर जगह घूमता रहता. And it does many other things. It can quench the fire. It can evaporate the water. It can move the gross objects. Like yesterday, the tornado you saw in US. Vayu. But what that Vayu does to the Akasha in which it is there, from which it came. Simple common sense. Spirituality will be caught by a person of common sense and little subtle intellect. Now, we all know, according to science, the atmospheric zone is only up to some kilometer. Chitna bhi ho. Beyond that, there is no air, only space. Is it not? Now, is here also the space or not? Yeah. There also space or not? Yeah. Now, is there the air? No. Here is it is there? Yeah. Now, where from it must have come then? Common sense thought. So everywhere there is space. Whole sun, moon, star, millions, billions, trillions of galaxies and all are hanging in space only. Let us come to our earth. We are all alive because of wind or vayu. So little higher if you go, some 4,000, 5,000 meters, I think whatever, 11 kilometers ajo, there is no vayu mandalam. But here the vayu mandalam is there. Yeah? So there is space, here is space. So here the vayu mandala must have come from where then? Must be from the space only. That's the subtlety. The space added with one more quality other than its sound, called as the touch is called as the appearance of the space as the air. And that is Bhagavan's Maya. He made the human beings, animals, to be alive with inhaling, exhaling. For that the air is required. He gave a chavi, the Akasha got added with one more guna of sparsha, it became a Vayu. These are very metaphysical sciences, little subtler. Only in the yoga स्थिति you will know. A physical laboratory में ये सब बताए नहीं जा सकते. Okay. So what is the point we are talking from last 2-3 minutes? The Vayu came from the Akasha. Second point, Vayu is always in the Akasha, moving here and there. Third point, Vayu may affect the Agni, Jala and Bhumi, but Vayu doesn't do anything to the Akasha. When are you moving from this way, that way, Akasha is not moving. The Vayu, what it does to the other three elements of the Agni, Agni को बुझाता है. Vayu cannot bujao Akash because Akash is not Agni. And then the Vayu can wet or the dry up the waters. The Vayu cannot dry the space because it is subtler. So came from the Akasha is Vayu. Staying in the Akasha is Vayu. Moving in the Akasha is Vayu. Yet Vayu doesn't touch Akasha. If you know it, in the same way, from the conscious existence Paramatma, everything came. In the conscious existence, everything is staying. In the conscious existence only, they are all moving. But they don't touch that pure conscious existing Paramatma. That's called Yatha Akasha Sthitaha Vayu. Nityam Sarvatragaha. Mahan, because the wind ka power bahut hai, isko Mahan kaha. Tata Sarvani Bhutani Mastani. In that way, entire name and form beings of the world, you may call them as galaxies. There are some stars in the world which are thousands of times bigger than the sun himself. Sun itself is so bigger than the earth. Yet all of them are in me only, like the winds are there in the space. तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मस्तानि iti upadharaya. In this way, catch. So that pure self is he in whom all beings are existing. Sarvani bhuta. That pure conscious. In fact, the example of Akasha we gave, where the Akasha is standing, it is existing, no Akasha. So the Akasha also is existing. Between Akasha and the existence is the mind. Okay, in the mind there is space. That is anyway we all know. अपने दिमाग में space ही है. खाली दिमाग. Why do you say the mind में space है? Because when the mind is not there, है ना, enfolded in sleep, there is no concept of space, direction, which place we are, India, America, Pakistan, Japan, कुछ नहीं पता होता. Because space is in the mind. When you wake up, then you know. First thing you see, who am I? Then you say, what is the time? Then where am I? Then what to do? These are the four things. Nothing to do, therefore you sleep again. The fellow sleeping like buffalo. स्पेस इज इन माइंड, माइंड इज इन परमात्मा. वो बात की बात. बट यहाँ का एग्जाम्पल, all four elements are in the akasha, especially the vayu. It moves everywhere without touching space. So to there is a pure conscious existence in which the entire beings come, grow, die, but they never touch Paramatma. When they come, Paramatma never comes, is always there. When they grow, he doesn't grow. When they decay, he doesn't decay. When they die, he doesn't die. They are all in him only. And that pure existence is uh, avyakta murti. You can't objectify him, you cannot perceive him. He is a subjective experience, not a perception. Perception of something other than us. It is not perceived as an object, it is experienced as our own subject. That pure existence. That is called as Paramatma se ek hona. Which Paramatma? Not Krishna and Rama. That Paramatma is coming and expressing as Krishna and Rama. That is Paramatma. So, example of Vayu given here. That should be enough for the day about Geetha class. Okay? Yatha akasha sthito nityam vayu sarvatra goman tata sarvani bhutani mastaniti upadharaya. Thank you. Now, tomorrow we will see how Bhagavan says, in my presence, my own Maya Shakti projects this whole world on me by my own permission. And it entirely comes back into me only. Very cute to shloka topic to R3. So these are all jnanam is going on. One, Bhagavan is explained purely. Second, he will be explained with relation to the world. Thereafter, we will be told the Vijnanam. What are the practices we have to do to strengthen this knowledge till it becomes experience, like they were told in 7th chapter. यहाँ भी हमको बताएंगे, सुनेंगे हम. Thank you. Now today's common sense thought is very brief, very simple. Mind's mischief of not caring, not valuing the future. Then जो होगा देखा जाएगा फ्यूचर में. Let us do what we want in the present. This is what mischief of the mind. Future में जो हो जाए, I am not worried. In the present, if I do what I want, if I get what I want, enough. But you will fail in exams if you don't study, therefore get up and study. I don't know about study and passing. मुझे अब तो सोना है ना. I don't know about the interview and passing. मुझे अभी अपने दोस्तों के साथ घूमने जाना है. I don't know about the future, the health may be spoiled, but मुझे सारा अभी कचरा खाना है. It never thinks about the future. It says फिलहाल मौजा मस्ती करो. This is mischief of mind. Whereas the future is built by the bricks properly organized in the present. Then that future comes as a present, presenting so beautiful things to us. This is mind's mischief. Therefore, the intellect should come in picture and tell the mind to do in the present only those which build glorious future. Like what you are doing now in the present. Is Geetha listening? It's going to build a good future to you because you are understanding what is God, what is the realization of God, what is bondage, what is liberation. Also, how to succeed in life, we already told the earlier things. If they come again and again, we talk. So, in the present, you can do the other thing also instead of this. As I told you, sleep, indulge, and just become extroverted, move here and there. So, mind tells us, हमको ही करना है, मजा करेंगे. बट बेटा इससे तुम्हारा फ्यूचर फ्यूचर कौन देखेगा? We are not worried about it. This is the mischief of mind. That is not correct sensitivity or sensibility. Sensitivity and sensibilities live in the present to build glorious future. Use that intellect. Every thought, word, and deed which we do now in the present. That's why present is called as a present, a gift. And that present has to be presently, properly, pleasantly used. The way you use it, the future depends on that. The most precious, valuable thing, if it all there in the whole universe, is present at this moment. So mind's mischief is he doesn't bother about the future. He just want to indulge in the present. That is wrong. Present, when preciously properly used, it gives a beautiful future as again present. Because you experience only the present, not past or future. So common sense thought is think about कोई भी खाना सामने आया, फ्यूचर सोचो इसको खाने में तबीयत खराब होगा क्या, देन डोंट ईट. अच्छा है तो खाओ. छोटो किसी बातें लड़ाई करनी है, इससे आगे रिलेशन खराब हो जाएगा, या लेट मी नॉट फाइट नाउ. So to sleeping excessively, if you become a habitually excessive sleeper, then never throughout life you will be given an opportunity. People know that you are lazy. Therefore, reduce the sleeping hours to minimum 6 hours per day. 18 hours work. Present preparation makes your future glorious. This is our common sense thought. That should be enough. Okay. Now let us do the third one. Learning our Mangala Graha Shloka. It has another name, Kuja Graha also. Okay. What it is? Ki Dharani Garbha Sambhutam. He is born to Mata Prithvi. This Kuja Graha Mangala. Vidyut Kanti Samaprabham. He is as bright and brilliant as the Vidyut Kanti, the light of lightning. Kumaram. He is always young. Shakti Hastam. He has got the Shakti weapon in the hand to finish the enemies. Tam Mangalam Pranamami Aham. To that giver of the Mangalatva, my salutations. The Kujagraha, the Mangalagraha, the Angaraka. All these three are same. Okay, Dharani Garbha Sambhutam, Vidyut Kanti Samaprabham, Kumaram, Shakti Hastam, Tam Mangalam, Aham Pranamami. That Mangala Graha give all Shubha and Mangalata to me. No Amangala should happen in my life. Mangala Bhavana, Amangala Hari. Dravauso Achiraja Dasarata Ajira Bihari. Dravauso Dasarata Ajira Bihari. E Mangala Bhavana, Amangala Hari. So this is what is the meaning. Very good. Let us chant it. Omata Shri Mangala Kuja Angaraka Graha Anugraheda शास्त्रोक्त उपनिषदोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्य बोध सिद्ध्यर्थम पुराण इतिहासोक्त भगवद भागवत दर्शनानुभव प्राप्त्यर्थम सनातन धर्म वैदिक संस्कृते पुनरुत्थान पुनर्जागरण विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थम ये अस्मिन् कार्ये निश्चितः तेषां विजय प्राप्त्यर्थम समस्त युवानां संकृत समस्त कर्मसु विजय प्राप्त्यर्थम श्री नवग्रह स्तोत्रांतर्गत मंगल ग्रह संबंध श्लोकस्य जपं पारायणं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. स्टार्ट. ओम धरणी गर्भ संभूतं विद्युत कांति समप्रभम कुमारं शक्तिहस्तं तं मङ्गलं प्रणमाम्यहं. धरणीगर्भसम्भूतं विद्युत्कान्तिसमप्रभं कुमारं शक्तिहस्तं तं मङ्गलं प्रणमाम्यहं. धरणीगर्भसम्भूतं विद्युत्कान्तिसमप्रभं कुमारं शक्तिहस्तं तं मङ्गलं प्रणमाम्यहम्. धरणीगर्भसम्भूतं विद्युत्कान्तिसमप्रभं कुमारं शक्तिहस्तं तं मङ्गलं तं प्रणमाम्यहं. धरणीगर्भसम्भूतं विद्युत्कान्तिसमप्रभं कुमारं शक्तिहस्तं तं मङ्गलं 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 प्रणमाम्यहं. Tomorrow Buddha Graha we'll see. Thank you. Common sense thought was mind's mischief of not caring the future, doing nonsense in the present. Bring the intellect and act in present in such a way, it builds a glorious future. And in Geetha, example of Vayu in the Akasha. Sotur, the entire universe in the God. Came from the God, stay in the God, supported by the God, goes back into the God, but never touches the God. Like the space, air came from the space, stays in the space, moves in the space, dissolves in the space, never touches the space. That is how the example of Vayu Akasha, Paramatma and Jagat. Okay? Tomorrow we'll see remaining. Yathakasha Sri Bhagavan Yathakasha Sthito Nityam Vayu Sarvatra Go Mahan Tata Sarvani Bhutani Matstani Tyavadharaya. Then how the creation comes, dissolves, two shlokas. Tomorrow we'll see. These things, 10 बार सुनने से उसका रस जो है, essence जो है, it starts coming. And pray to God. I as am praying, oh Lord, this sublime knowledge of Gita, subtle knowledge of Gita, enter into my intellect. May I use it for my own liberation. May this knowledge add to my performance of service into this world. That way when we pray, things will be beautiful. ओम दुर्जन सज्जनो भूयात् सज्जन शांतो आपनुयात् शांतो मुच्येत वन्देभ्यः मुक्तश्चान्यान् विमोचयेत मस्तुमा सद्गमय तमसोमा ज्योतिर्गया मृत्युमृतंगमय ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः ऋषिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे नमः गीतामात्रे नमः ओम वेदव्यास भगवते नमः समस्त गुरुभ्यो नमः अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. Thank you, friends.